Hello and welcome back to Mirror Interpretation Todorova. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ioana and I am an interpreter and a polyglot. And today's video is inspired by you. Yes, that video is inspired by you. One of you contacted me. I will just share her first name. Hi Tanya, this video is from you. I decided to create this video because I believe that not only you, but other people are suffering with a similar dilemma. And the dilemma is, I do speak another language, I'm bilingual. How can I start? I'm not so sure what I want to do with my life. I'm not so sure if I want to be interpreter, translator, what kind of certification I can get in order to start in this business. And if I want to work as an interpreter or translator or voice over voice or video editor, wherever it is. So the first question that Tanya asked me, it was about certifications and what kind of certifications I can get in order to start. And me and Tanya had a conversation while I was on vacation in Miami. We chat a little bit about the different type of certifications that you can get. And if you are one of my followers, you can click. There is a special folder. I think there is about 20 videos there talking about different bilingual tests and certifications that you can get. And I will never stop saying, but in my opinion, this is the best certification I get. This is it, bridging the gap. Believe it or not, I know the NBCMI, it's here and it have a power, and the other one is CCHI. However, I don't have it in my wall because I think they're a shameful organization based on my experience. But they are the second organization that is credited here in USA, and if you have one of their certifications, you would look professional. Although the organization itself is not very professional because they are run by volunteers who does not understand the rules very well, and they apply them by personal preferences, or maybe I don't know how they decide what rule when to apply. In my experience, they were very discriminatory towards me. You can see the whole video on this YouTube channel if you have time, and why I'm so disappointed by the way this organization misjudged me and accused me of being unprofessional because of this YouTube channel. So if you have something to do with CCHI, you better don't share that you're watching my YouTube channel, because they are being very discriminatory towards me, very judgmental, I would say unfairly judging me and punishing me. And this is why I don't have the certification on this wall, and this is why I'm not going to renew the certification, and I do not want to be connected to this organization in any way. But if you like, you can get certified with CCHI. This accept to you. I give you the free choice. You can read about the organization. You can read about what they stand for. And you can watch my full documentary video about my personal experience with this organization and why I don't want to be related, connected, or have nothing to do with them. But except to you, you're free to choose for yourself. For me, the best is this here. I love this training. I love this certificate. I think they're the best. You can get the NBCMI certification, which also is not gonna make you better interpreter or the best. It's just gonna make you spend money in this industry called certifying you. They're gonna test you and underscore you, so would continue spending money in their test. And I'm realizing now why the test is so expensive and why there is so little people certified. I record my own performance. Yes, I did have some omitting. Yes, I did had some small additions, but my score is definitely not 50. I know this. I test myself on a daily basis, not only with them, but with my clients. There is bilingual staff that test me I would say on a weekly basis, and my score is usually above 80. So I know that the testing score that NBCMI will provide you when they test you on the second language will be down, and the reason why is because this is a business and they like to make money from you failing the test. This is my opinion. I don't want you to believe me. I don't want you to trust me. I want you to have your own experience and try to get tested with them, and luckily you may have a better score. You may be more honestly judged. When they give me my score, I disagreed and I request them to provide me the testing, and I told them that I'm willing to pay an independent organization to rescore my results because I am sure that it was over 65. To this request, I was ignored for months, and then there was no response to me until I requested, based on the Constitution, to have addressed my request with respect. I don't say you have to satisfy it. I'm just requesting you to address my request. This request was denied to me. So, talking about certification, there is a conflict of interest and there is no controlling body. So these organizations that give you this certification, except this one, this is different, but NBCMI and CCHI are businesses that they do money by failing you, and there is nobody that can check your score. You have zero transparency on your results. The only way that you have sure that you are passing is when you do the computer test. Yes, the computer does not lie. You pass it or you don't pass it. But when you go to a human testing, there is nobody that can check the accuracy of the person who scores you. There is no challenge there. There is no transparency, which means that if I know that I'm going to do money by failing you, my interest in finding errors is higher. Also, I speak with somebody that was working as a tester, and they were telling me every error you earn $5 or $10. Imagine what is my interest finding your errors. I can say you misuse or use the wrong word, but there are so many similar words that mean the same thing in Russian. I can freely prejudge your score. So for me, this certification and this testing is kind of a little bit like a mafia here, sadly. That's my opinion, but this is business. These organizations make money by you failing the tests. And this explains why there is only 100-something people in 2 languages in NBCMI. I was surprised that it's 100 people that have passed the test. And believe it or not, most of them has done it for at least 10 times. So imagine 10 by 300, how much money is that? This is business. So we're not gonna let you pass the test until you spend a X amount in trying. So the truth is that I believe after doing the same test 3 times, I personally can memorize the test in the 2 languages, believe it or not. So it's very weird that you do the same test 10 times and you pay over and over and over. This is kind of strange, but this is business. That's my opinion about the certifications. Having certification is not going to make you professional. Having certification is not gonna make you be a good interpreter. And having certification is not gonna make you work as an interpreter. I want you to understand this. If you want to start to interpret or to work as an interpreter, translator, or anything related to this business or field, I want you to understand that paying and passing the score, or learning the rules and passing it, does not mean that you are good interpreter. Does not mean that you're gonna get a job as an interpreter. Does not mean that you're gonna be paid more than $15 an hour. This is not what can build your value in this field. Yes, you may have all of those certifications and you may stutter and get lost when you do this job, because this is a very, very difficult job. This is the truth. So this is about certification. I will always address you. If you want to work as a medical interpreter, you can do medical and those 3 certification, NBCMI, CCHI, and BTG. This is my favorite, the best. This is a real value for me. You spend money, you receive books, you receive materials, you receive knowledge. CCHI and NBCMI, it's just business. I personally don't have respect. They are very great certification. However, you just pay to get tested and you receive a 0 value. You just receive a piece of paper. This is great. It's like, here, thank you guys, you tested me, I appreciate that. But it's a lot of money for 0, I mean, not 0 value, because you're gonna have the paper that may eventually help you look more professional, but they don't teach you how to become more professional. That's why if you want to start, BTG, in my opinion, is the best thing you can do, period. Then I want to say something here, and I share with you, Tanya, and with you guys that watch me. I receive so many hate comments because I do have an accent. I do. However, I do not speak English slang. And when I say that, believe it or not, you're going to be tested in 2 languages pre-hire, English and the second language. It doesn't matter how beautiful you think you speak, and if you went to school here or you went to British school in UK, wherever you are, try to speak clear English. And when I say clear, I mean, I speak with this lady Tanya, and she spoke some slang, like a cowboy English, where she was eating some words and syllables. This is not okay. I provide services, I will tell you, I provide service for UK, for Australia, for USA, for South America, and for Canada. They all speak English, and they all do have their accents. And yes, I have my accent too, but if you want to grow as an interpreter and to provide service outside of your physical local zone, try to speak non-cowboy, non-British, no Scottish, no Australian accent English. Yes, I am influenced by the environments and the people that I'm talking to, because they do speak English and their accents are rooted to where I live. I'm living in Denver right now, and when I go to New York, people have different accents, and people in Miami and people in California speak different English. However, I am trying to pronounce English language correctly, and I do take logopedic classes to clear my pronunciation. I do this right now. I am not trying to vanish, cancel, or delete my accent. I believe accent is beautiful if you're educated in trying your best to pronounce word properly, but do not try to speak slang of any language unless you're paid to do so. And when I say that, sometimes I provide Napoletanian. It's very difficult. It's a slang because you cut the words in half. And I do understand this is slang of Italian or Sicilian. However, because I speak so clear Italian by the book, I am able to use my clear pronunciation in this language to provide the slang of it, and I am addressed and paid to do the slang. However, I do not speak slang back in English, guys. I speak it clear. So if you are speaking English and you learn it in some state of, I don't know, some small place, wherever you are, Texas, Oklahoma, Ohio, it doesn't matter. Try to pronounce fully the words, fully. It doesn't matter where you are. It makes you look professional. It makes your score better if you get tested for languages. So, Tanya, my dear Milaya, please speak clearly. In every field, whenever you are, when you speak fully and clearly, people understand you better, and also you look more professional, although you have accent like myself. Okay, we talk about the slangs, certification, we talk. Okay, the third part, we talk about resume. I do have a folder called resume, and what's the difference between a CV and a resume? I want you to click on this folder and check the difference. If you just got to USA and you want to find a job, any job in any field, you're looking for your dream job, or you just want any job, you have to understand that the CV is something that you use in Europe. You forget about the CV, and here you do a resume. I describe detail the difference between those two and how to make them professional in this folder, how to create a resume and look professional on paper, and why is this important. I have received different type of resumes that does not look so professional. Just check this folder. You can use it not only for a language job, for any other type of job. I guarantee you, I work as a recruiter for quite some time in Europe, in Italy, and I will tell you exactly, I know exactly how you're gonna be scanned and what's the problem in the resume and how you can get your dream job. And then question number 4, what I want to do, I'm not so sure. I want to do interpreter, translator, or proofreader. How to find out? I speak both languages. I've been in both countries. I'm thinking maybe I want to try to be an interpreter or translator. Remember, interpreters speak, translators write. So we're looking for a translator, native speaker to handle calls. When I see any type of job offer that is expressed, native speaker interpreter that will translate over the phone, I already know that these people does not what they're talking about. Interpreters speak, translators write. One document from one language to another. It's very different fields, just so you know. Then in whatever is interpreting, translating, whatever you enjoy more, we have so many fields. You can do it in military, you can do it in economics, in business, medical, legal. There are so much fields that you can do this as your niche. And how you choose your field is based on your knowledge, not only school education, but your passions. If you're passionate about psychology, you can be interpreter in therapy. Yes, mental health facility. Yes, victim abuse centers, women's violence centers. There's so much fields that you can provide this job at so many levels and so many niches that I can't describe it in one video. But in order to discover what you want to do is to look and see what knowledge you have and where would you feel comfortable at. And how you do that? If you enjoy business, you can do it in business. If you're very expert, you can do it simultaneously in court or business or meetings. And if you volunteer, if you are not so sure, you can volunteer. This is how I did it for the first time. I volunteer. Yes. Volunteer to try out and see if you enjoy this field, and that could be in church. There are so many organizations that you can volunteer at, so many. You can Google volunteer interpreter and you can look for jobs and you can try and see if you enjoy this. If you don't find anywhere to volunteer, and if you want to see if you enjoy translating, I did that myself. I am sharing what I did and what it worked for me. I did volunteer as an interpreter, I volunteered as a translator, and then I did several documents just to see how I feel. Yes, I do have experience as an interpreter, as a translator in different languages. Look, what do you know and what do you enjoy? And I remember asking this person that contacted me, asked Tanya, what do you like? Why do you want to be an interpreter? I don't ask you to challenge you or to make your life difficult, but I want to try. You can try, play the news and try to interpret with the news and see if you can handle it. Or you can try play audiobook for 30 seconds and try to interpret. I do this to train my mind. Yes, believe it or not, I do this job. But you can try with yourself for free on Sunday morning if you're bored, and see if you enjoy it and see if you like to do it. And if you enjoy it, why do you enjoy it, and what's the feels that you enjoy the most? Not just try it because you have nothing else to do. There must be some passion behind it, because you can't survive in this field if you don't enjoy what you do, because it's really difficult. This is the truth. Said that, guys, I hope this video was useful, and if you like it, you can press like, share and subscribe. You can go ahead, and I would leave the NBCMI, CCHI and BTG links below. If you want to get certified, you can do that. I will put the videos about resumes if you want to create a better resume. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.